Alright, so last 2 days I think I trained like 4 or 5 hours. So from the data, what I've gathered is basically I've had more success with outside heel hooks and especially finishing belly down outside heel hooks. I really feel like I was getting the pressure. I actually popped Dimi's foot with it, and I got a few other people with it, and especially against Clemens because his defense of an outside ashi is just throwing the leg over to go for a 50-50, but I feel that it gives me the heist more. So from most positions, even I did it to Mikey from a far hip ashi. Um, I guess I think from any straight ashi, you can do it except maybe from an inside or diagonal ashi, which I mean it wouldn't make much sense then, since the heel's already exposed. But what I've been favoring is heisting up to expose the heel. And even if I get the reap or if the person spins out from a heel hook, I've been favoring staying on both knees, kind of tripoding up with both of my knees in my head, getting the heel hook grip, and then slowly extending and bridging into the side of the leg. So instead of rolling after the opponent and trying to finish on the inside hip or the outside hip, I've been really liking finishing belly down outside heel hooks, and I mean inside heel hooks as well. What I got on Ali a few times, and what I've been favoring more is the high tackle or the top tackle. But now I get the so when I was trying to separate the opponent's legs, so basically splitting their legs. So instead of what I was doing and what I saw Oliver Taza do to Mikey Gonzalez or something like that, was that he got the top saddle and then he used his head as a wedge to separate the feet. But I've been feeling that that gives the opponent too much too much hand fighting. You're closer to them. You can push your head. They can be annoying with the second leg. I've been favoring is what I saw Rob Bernanke in his false reap instructional. That's on YouTube. So basically you have to beat the second knee. So you push the second knee. So you're on saddle on one leg. You get the bottom leg, get it basically under you, right? So you, with your saddle, you stuff his knee so that it's behind you, so that they're in a kind of awkward position, like a leg drag, basically. And from there, finishes are great. I've been also working more passing and disabling and dismantling basically the lockdown with Lee. Um, I mean, yeah, he's great at it, but he's really the only person in the gym that does it, and he only does it on one side. So I think I'll be I'll be forcing him to his left side because I mean I think he's gonna thank me for this to be honest, but he does need to develop a symmetrical guard, I believe. He's also only passing to one side, and I need to develop a lockdown defense on both sides because I don't want my right leg to be like overly flexible in that position, and then my left leg is basically over if I get put in the lockdown. So yeah, basically just the Gordon Scorpion details. So I think I covered everything. So when he has the lockdown, but I have him flattened out in half guard, peeling the lockdown, and when he goes for that weird calf slicer, I mean, it's basically the same thing, but you gotta do it faster. So normal lockdown, you lift up your foot, you put your other foot under your shin so that it's on the opponent's ankle, and then you, with your second foot, you extend and pull back, so rotate externally, putting yourself in hall one. And with the second foot, you lift it a bit more, and then you put it also in hall one, so you're stepping a bit deeper into the lockdown. That untangles it, and then you put your foot behind your butt and go to kind of the side position. I haven't watched the half guard passing fully, but I'm sure there's a name for it. I did that 2 or 3 times. I also got where he gets a lockdown, and I don't have upper body positioning, so I was fighting him getting a scoop grip with my head positioning. I was fighting flattening him out with an overback, crossing my feet. I let him get a lockdown with a deep scoop. I worked on peeling that, peeled it a few times, got especially when he got a deep scoop and then he transferred my leg over. Fine from that. It's not as bad. Like, especially when you get upper body control, can't really do much from there. I've been working from, like, when he transfers my leg over, just peeling the grips and stepping back to a normal half guard with lockdown. Just peeling the grips in general when you're on the knee and you can peel the grips. I mean, you do have to be careful of a ashi entry, but still, it's manageable. It's not as bad as I thought. And yeah, passing's improving. Like, I feel the underhook and head positioning, the chin pod's good, but I've had more success. Like with Mikey, unfortunately, I didn't record that well, but we did like 2 or 3 rounds, and I passed him a few times with like just spinning his upper body and then dancing plus the legs, basically. And the other ones, like, it works well even with an underhook and a crossface, especially when you get a good cranial shift and make them turn to one side, and you keep tight, lock firmly under their back, and then you can split their legs, go over them, get into a chin pod and that. Because when you have an underhook and a crossface, you can always switch it to just a chin pod, right? By moving your head positioning. And yeah, the passing is going well. But I feel mostly passing to one side, so I have to mix in some left side passing, maybe start in a specific there more often. I haven't actually re-listened to this, but I saw passing lockdown, so I want to add the details that the Gordon Ryan clips, I've deleted them from my gallery and they're now in the Google Photos stuff. And yeah, that is valuable. What I focused on, I basically hit everything that I saw. Peeling the lockdown, I didn't really try statically, I just did it from a live round. So going low, getting your secondary ankle on your shin or on the opponent's ankle, and then back heeling and putting the foot that is in lockdown into hole 1, and back heeling strongly with the secondary foot to peel it, and then hiding your foot, going to a half guard passing position. Also, when the opponent gets the lockdown and is hunting for a scoop grip, going back and using your head position to block them from attaining a scoop grip. From there, either straightening the 3/4 mount or beating the inside knee, walking them flat, crashing the far shoulder, and then untangling the lockdown in the same way. If they get a scoop grip, I have been doing this kind of intuitively, but basing on the far knee, extending your foot, your leg, the one that they have a scoop grip on, and then peeling, fighting their hands, and trying to step out, putting your foot in hole 2 and pulling your foot to chest, then doing the same thing, flattening them out, crashing the far shoulder, using the peeling sequence to get out of lockdown. And if they've already transferred across and got you in a position, just go for a far side underhook, so immobilize them so they don't take your back, and then try to get your knee and your leg over to a normal lockdown, and then do the same thing with the head positioning and crashing the far shoulder. As I've already described, it all goes back, it's a system. It's just how fucked you are, and then you work back to the first step where you were less fucked. So just lockdown passing. Yep, very effective.